Cash Cow back with another video. It's another I Got 5 on me. It's a new week. You know how this story goes. You want to see those next 5 comics? We keep this going. Stay tuned. Number 1. We got Adventures into Fear, number 20. Living vampire called Morbius. This is his first solo story, y'all. Now, I know people are still out there looking for Amazing Spider-Man 101. That's creeped up in value. Amazing Spider-Man 102 is actually a decent copy you can afford, which is his second appearance. Excuse me. You got, I think you got Vampire Tales number 1, too. Vampire Tales number 1, not, that's also another valuable one. But people forget, like, he's slated to actually come out this year. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they pushed it. They may have pushed it back a little bit farther, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Morbius is actually scheduled to come out this year. It's his first solo story. Morbius is not a bad character. It's a cool character. It has a difference to him, not just being a vampire, but the fact that he starts off as a villain, then becomes an anti-hero, and he has story. It's like he ties into so many stories. He can be in the Spider-Man story, he can be in the Spider-Man story. He can tie it to Midnight Suns with Ghost Rider, Blade. There's so many ways they can go with this character, and it's like with them having so much success in Disney Plus, you're like, man, we're gonna get a lot of characters, and it's gonna continue to happen. So right now you can find this for under $30, which, I mean, not a bad thing. Pick it up. It's his first solo series. Pretty sure with high grades of this book, or even decent grades, it'll see a spike in it real quick. It's his first solo stories. Solo series, sorry. If you can't get your hands on the first appearance, which is getting up there, it's been pretty expensive. His second appearance is not bad. You can afford that one too. That's actually somehow very undervalued. I don't understand that. I'll talk about that in a different video. But if you can't get those two, I would suggest going after Adventures into Fear number 20. Look at that. It's not bad. By popular demand, the post-pounding premiere of the startling new series. So it starts his own series. People go after origins and the starting of their own series. That's what they go after those too, guys. You gotta understand, they go after those just as much as they go after the first appearance or second appearance. They go after those. Those are very key books to that character. So if you can't get your hands on the most expensive ones, get your hands on the other ones that aren't expensive right now. If the Morbius movie is successful and they want to make it a franchise and continue to, bring more out, you'll see books grow. Not just his first and second appearance, you'll see books grow past that. So, hey, happy hunting. Good luck to you guys. Try to get that one. Snatch that up. It's not out of nobody's price range yet. Number 4. We got Detective Comics number 585. The first appearance of the Rat Catcher. Now, he's been confirmed to appear in Suicide Squad number 2. With James Gunn directing this, I really feel like this might not be a bad movie. The guy, Guardians of the Galaxy are a household name because of him. Like, if he can bring that creative storytelling and that quirkiness and goofiness that we wanted to see from Suicide Squad in the first one, and they didn't really do a full good job of it. It's like, oh man, that movie just. I feel like the first appearances of these characters are going to continue to spike in value. Like you see King Shark, the first appearance of him, if I'm not mistaken, it's like the Superboy Volume 2, number 9, I want to say. Quote me on that, but I want to say number 9. His issue is spiked up. Now, I don't know how they're going to digitally imitate a guy as a talking shark, but I'm willing to go to the movies and see that. I just feel like it's Suicide Squad needed a reboot, and it's totally different from your traditional Justice League or Avengers movie. It's a team of just villains that band together. Like, how can you not like want to see if they can make that work? So all these villains kind of turn into anti-heroes. Hopefully, you never know. One or two might be on their own agenda, but that's just the way the story goes. I mean, look at him. He like dealing with a whole Willard thing over there. He got rats crawling all on him, biting his suit and stuff. Right now, you can find that for under $20. So 30 for sure, but definitely under 20 at times. People aren't really checking for these because the first Suicide Squad movie did so. The reviews and when people saw it, they're just like, yeah. Like, it's been. You have The Brave and the Bold, number 28, their first official appearance. And right now, you can get some copies you've been able to get for under $500. Because the movie did not do what it needed to do. It may have sold. I mean, it may have did the box office numbers, but people was like, "Yeah, I don't like this movie." It's yeah. So pay attention to that. When comics like that dip, always be willing to snatch it back up and just hold on it, sit on it. Because if they have a chance, if it does well in the box office, they're gonna try to bring it out again. Hopefully, they get it right the second time, and they do it some justice. Now, with James Gunn being a director, I think they will. I think they're gonna knock it out the park with this. So, if I was you guys, I would really get on some Suicide Squad keys. Everybody know about Harley Quinn and all that stuff. But the other characters, if they able to mesh this well and it goes well, you're gonna see another Suicide Squad. You may see a character or two venture off and to do their own thing. Sky's the limit with that. They have a lot of room for redemption, and I think they can pull it off. We'll see. I have faith in James Gunn when it comes to directing comic book movies. He has a good track record. Moving on. Number 3. We got Thunderbolts number 4. First appearance of Jolt. Now, and this is just my opinion. Don't quote me on this, my opinion. As I'm seeing the shows, the Disney Plus shows, and I did go see Black Widow this weekend, I feel like they're slowly but surely building towards the Thunderbolts. They're going to do their own version of the Suicide Squad, because Thunderbolts were bad guys that came together. I feel like that's what they're doing. If the ending of Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of is like, could she be talking to Ross to assemble the Thunderbolts, or could she be talking to Norman Osborn to assemble the Dark Avengers? And then, spoiler alert, you watch the end and you see the cameo of Black Widow, you're like, okay, well, Black Widow's sister joins the Thunderbolts in the comic books. So could they be setting that up to where she joins the Thunderbolts and then they have their own little Disney Plus series? Because I don't feel like they're gonna just throw them out in the movie. A lot of people don't know who the Thunderbolts is. You have to introduce them. You have to get people ready for them and anticipate them. But their issues have actually spiked, but this is one of the characters in that has not seen the time of day yet. We have another one. We have Moonstone. We have a few appearances: Moonstone 1, Moonstone 2. Be careful on that. I don't know the exact issues. I know I have the first appearance of the second Moonstone. I don't think I have the first appearance of the first Moonstone. But it's like or they can go the complete opposite way with the Thunderbolts and do it where it's the new team that Norman Osborn is leading. I feel like Norman Osborn is going to have a very big role in these next phases that's coming up. I don't think people really should sleep on it. I think if you can get your hands on Norman Osborn, the first appearance when he's not the Green Goblin, get it. If you can get the first appearance when he's the Green Goblin, definitely get it. Like, don't wait at all. Get that. But I feel like how the track record goes, they had to have one Earth baddie, and they had to have one just intergalactic or just super being really mega threat. So I feel like Norman Osborn, they can go his way. They can go Kang the Conqueror. They can go Galactus. Like, I feel like they have the book is open with these guys now because they have rights back to a lot of characters that they didn't have before. Eventually Fantastic Four is coming down the road. So you're gonna see there's no Fantastic Four without Galactus. Or you can have Annihilus. Or you're definitely gonna have Doctor Doom. Like, Doctor Doom's coming somewhere. We don't know where, but he's coming somewhere. But off topic, but getting back to the topic, I feel like this is something that they're going to develop on the Disney Plus series. They're going to develop Thunderbolts. I actually like these comics. These are a pretty good read. They're pretty solid. And I just feel like it's a breath of fresh air. We don't need any more Avengers movies and the typical superhero band together. Like, give us something new. And it's like Hollywood copies each other. So Marvel can see that they can see the success that Aquaman had and be like, okay, well, we can go ahead and bring Namor out. Or, hey, Suicide Squad didn't do well with the critics and reviews, but they did well at the box office, so maybe we can make a villain team that comes out, and that it's the same game, just different faces. So I feel like Thunderbolts are gonna get a big push. They're continuing to kind of like initiate characters that are coming. Time will tell. But I feel like the Thunderbolts are really gonna get a shot. And then it's kind of like it's been so many rumors for so long that they're gonna get introduced. If I was you guys, I would hop on Hulk number 449, Thunderbolts number 1. Definitely, it's a must-have. Get that if you can. 9.2 PGX. Hey, I like that. I will hop on anything Thunderbolts. They're gonna have to go in a different direction. They're gonna have to introduce characters and get people out of the Avengers are coming in, and you may see another Avengers. There may be a young Avengers. You're not gonna see the same Avengers you saw in Phase 1, 2, and 3. I don't feel like they're gonna do the same thing because it makes no sense to bring back characters that you killed off that quick. Maybe eventually down the road, but not right now. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, what's happening?" You'll feel like how they did with Superman, he dies off and then he's back. And you're like, well, what the hell? So, if I was you guys, I would invest heavily on the Thunderbolts. I feel like they're a sleeper right now. And the first appearance of them is starting to get up there. Starting to get up there. So, but you can still get some issues for maybe 100, sometime under 100, sometime a little above 100. But if they finally confirm that they're really coming and they get their Disney Plus series and they're initiated the right way, to the moon, to the moon, they're gonna be hot. Number 2, got Kung Fu Fighter #1. It's the first appearance of Richard Dragon and first appearance of Benjamin Turner, which actually is the Bronze Tiger. Now earlier it was speculation that the Bronze Tiger would be in the Suicide Squad, or like early speculation, you know. But now it's speculation that they're gonna revamp the Batman animated series and they're gonna bring him out that way. Now, anybody that watched the Batman animated series in the 1990s knows that was some of the most classic cartoons you could ever watch in life. I have every volume on DVD. You have Batman 1 through 4. I have all of them. I grew up as a kid just watching it and just enjoying it. Like, wow, this is what it is. This is where it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to do animated series. And I hate it because DC does very well on their animated series, their animated movies, and their TV show series. It's just when they get to the box office, majority of the time they're laying eggs. So I'm like, what? It's like a disconnect. It's like, what are they doing wrong? What can they do to just patch up that last part to get them on track? They have certain movies that are good, but then you're like, come on, man. It's just a minor spec right now. I don't see it getting too expensive unless he were to be introduced into a movie. But I mean, right now you can get it for under $20. I say take the chance on it. Just buy you one copy, keep it. You know. Next and last but not least, we got number 1. Got Rye #0. The first full appearance of Bloodshot. And it's crazy because I still have yet to sit down and watch Bloodshot, the movie, on DVD or any streaming service. I still have yet to watch it. And with Vin Diesel's track record, he's pretty good at action. So you're like, okay, he probably could do it, we'll see. But from the way the comic has kind of stagnated and just stayed at that price, you're like, okay, people saw it, and it was released around the time, pandemic. People couldn't get out, so they streamed it. Probably would have did a little bit more, but it probably would have did better if they could have released it in the theaters. But times were just right then and there. So, but right now I feel like if they have enough streams, maybe they'll do another movie. I don't know, because I still haven't seen this movie, so I don't know how is it. Is it any good, or are they gonna bring out another movie, or are they gonna make this a series? I don't know. But right now you can find these for under $30. That completes my 5 comics under 30. I got 5 on them. New week, happy hunting, guys. Tell me how you like the content. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's getting real interesting because Marvel's gaining a lot of momentum, y'all. A lot of momentum. And we still have Shang-Chi coming. We still have the Eternals coming. Loki's getting ready to wrap up. I think next week, this week, maybe the last episode for this season. So I mean, it's just like you're getting you're just getting good material from them, and you're like, okay, are these other comics gonna step up? Because this is independent. Then you got DC, and then you're like, come on, somebody else gotta step up and at least push. Just hey, Cash cow. Y'all be safe.